Welcome to another little video. I hope you're well and that you are enjoying the season wherever you are in the world. We are having a brief snippet of summer here in the UK, which is very exciting. And I've been taking the time actually to sit outside and do a little bit of stitching on my nature journal. And nature journal has been getting my focus really over the last week or so because I got so caught up with making my little pieced cloth pouches. I got quite obsessed with it actually. I've got one here to show you. This kind of thing that I've been making. This has completely captured me, and I've got another little project actually that I'm just embarking on, which I'm very excited about. But I thought before I did that, I would put some more work in on my nature journal, which, if you've never seen this before, this is it's just my way of noticing the world around me and taking inspiration from some of the plants and flowers that I see or wildlife and putting it onto a nature journal, which effectively will take me through the year. So some snowdrops there from back in February, and over here there's some, if you can see that, I've got so much. It's getting so big now. This is my Queen Anne's lace, cow parsley, fluffy pom-poms of joy. So it's just my way of stitching my way through a year and taking a bit of inspiration from nature. So this is my lavender, which I stitched quite some time ago now actually. If you're one of our patrons, this pattern went up for you to stitch, and I know many of you did stitch it. So that was quite some time ago now actually, but I've added the words lavandula angustifolia, which is the Latin for it, recently, and popped it onto my nature journal. And I've said before, this was a piece that was folded in half, and so there's this crease down the middle which I have sprayed and washed, and it's there, it's not going to come out. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave it because it's kind of testament to what it was before. And the cloth here, there are all little threads in it, because this was originally folded under and seamed here. That makes any sense. And I've left those little stitches in too, so you can see it. So that's my lavender, and then I'm currently working on an echinacea, and this is a quote from Thoreau, which is, "Live in each season as it passes, breathe the air, drink the drink." That's disappeared because I've touched the eye into this to get rid of my marks. And then down here is going to say, "Taste the fruit." I've decided I think I'm going to do this stem in, I was going to stitch it, but I think I'm going to do it in just lots of little bits of green fabric and then applique on. So what I did here was, again, some pieced cloth for this piece, sorry, for the top, and then again for this petal, and then some vintage fabrics and sort of joined them, so I like the little joins and the visible stitches in it. Started to put a little bit of texture in that one. I'm going to put some texture in this one, and maybe some larger seed stitches on this one. Finish the embroidery. I'm going to do this in green, this in the deep yellow, sort of like a deep ochre, and then the one down the bottom, Taste the Fruit, in another colour. So that's my echinacea, which I will try and put a little pattern on for Patreon for. I haven't got time at the moment. I will explain why in a second. And this is the quaking grass, which was a pattern in our Rabbit in the Meadow Country Diaries box, the actual quaking grass. And I've added on Brisa Medea, which is the Latin name. And then this quote, which is the definition of, sorry, try and get that so you can see it, of quaking grass in, I think it was Chambers Dictionary, which is pendulous, panicled, tremulous spikelets. I mean, how could that not go on? So I've added that on, and then I have got here, I've got some lovely laces and things like that, which I'm going to be adding on in some way, and some lovely satin. So yes, I've got lots of, and I'm also going to take a little bit of these little flowers here. I'm going to cut those flowers out and put maybe a couple of those on as well. So really enjoying that, and I think that's a lovely thing about stitching, that you sort of come and go to something. You know, you suddenly think, oh, I'm going to spend time doing my nature journal, or I'm going to make a box pouch, and they're all just like if you're knitting or crocheting. I've got knitting that I've been doing for years, and I've actually got a bit of cross stitch, which I started when my son was, my eldest son was a baby, and I've still not finished it. So, you know, there's always stitching and knitting and crocheting going on, but that's what I'm working on at the moment. The other thing that I'm going to be doing over the next few days, if you ordered our Salvage Chronicles Stitch Club Provence Bleu, that is, they have all shipped now. So many of you would have already received them, and I know that you're enjoying them. That always makes us so happy. If you haven't received them yet, then I hope you love your parcel. And basically, Provence Bleu, it was blues and whites, linens, and then touches of yellow. So these are the kind of fabrics that you got in there. And I am going to be using these to make some kind of pouch, either in this style, which is a piece cloth, where all the pieces of cloth are literally slow stitched together to make another big piece of cloth, and then embellished, or it will be in this kind of style, which is more where you have a base piece of fabric and then you add things onto it and stitch them down. So slightly different way of doing it, but I think I'm going to do something else with this. I've been seeing so many of these. This was a little tutorial if you want to know how to make one of these from scratch, a slow stitched piece cloth box pouch. This was a tutorial on Patreon, and so many of you are sending me photos of what you've done, which I am absolutely thrilled with. So thank you if you've been stitching them. That's made me really happy. So this is going to be similar kind of style, using this colour palette, and yeah, creating some kind of pouch. I should get together probably some a selection of blue threads and white threads and just have fun. And our latest one, which is the Salvage Chronicles Stitch Club Petal and Leaf, is in the shop now to order. And also, this was one of the fabrics of the little bags. If you ordered I think it was a drawstring pouch. And I've just made quite a few of those and loved making them, and they have been in Indian block print cotton in a couple of different fabrics and designs. So hope you love those too. And that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend. Now, this weekend, I have been saying on here for some time that we have been waiting for the birth of our little granddaughter. By the way, I'm making, this will be, when I've finished doing this, these will all be folded up like this. I can't remember where somebody said to me, how do you make your little bundles, which, like these are my little bundles of fabric that I have that sort of come around everywhere with me. And what I do is I just put together fabrics that I just like, and then when I want to stitch I just pull one out, and that's my inspiration. And so what I'm doing with this is I will literally fold them all up, all the bits of fabric that I'm interested in using, and it makes it more portable, they don't get lost, and it's just, that's my inspiration. So that's my, might as well do it now. That's my little bundle. That's a lovely bit of fabric a friend sent me, actually. Couldn't resist putting that in. And then I'll just tie that up with some thread, and then that's my little bundle. And that will be enough there to make a lovely little box pouch. Yeah, so I said that we were waiting for the birth of our little granddaughter, and I'll pop a little photo in. She has arrived. She was a week late, and we were waiting for her and waiting. And you know, where you sort of think, well, she may come early, maybe she'll come early. And so really we've been on tenterhooks for at least 3 weeks. And I'm going to visit her this weekend, and I've got some lovely little bits and pieces and some plans for things to make. I've got some lovely Liberty fabric. I'll actually show you one of the bits of fabric I've got, which is this with all little rabbits on. Let me open it. As you can see, I have no idea what this is going to be actually, but look, got it upside down, little rabbits. Lots of little Liberty dresses planned, and yeah, I can't wait to hold her in my arms. So that's where I'm going to be this weekend. So apologies if you're one of our patrons and there won't be a video this Friday, or because I've just not got the time to do it before I go, and I must go and see her, but there will be something up next week, and I'm starting something new on there. So yeah, cannot wait to go and see her and my little grandson and my son and daughter-in-law, and yeah, just to spend family time together. It'll be a real treat. Found a bit of polka dot, that's going in. Look at that. I love polka dot with blue. I love polka dot with any colour actually. So the other thing that is, we are still shipping some of them actually. It's been another very, very big club. But our Floral Edit Minis Club Dahlia Delight is, forgot a bit, is shipping. And again, many of you have already received it, and I know you're enjoying those. And that's Dahlia Delight. And the new club, which is Hydrangeas, is in the shop now to order. And that is going to be, you know, the beautiful sort of bluey hydrangeas that you get. So it's going to be blues, those lovely hues that you get. And then it's going to be the lovely faded colours that you get when you dry them. You can dry them with colour if you're very talented, or if they just dry and fade as they would in the garden, their colour completely goes. It's going to be a mix of all those colours with just hints of eucalyptus and olive green. So that's to order in the shop now, and that is Hydrangeas. So the other product that I wanted to tell you about is the Regency Edit that we have going. These are some fabrics actually from our Liberty, inspired by Liberty, which I've had lots of messages about. Actually, I will try and get some more sock sets, and maybe I'll put it up with a DPN cozy or something like that, but I will try and get those in the shop. It definitely won't be for earliest next Friday. But yes, these fabrics, they were lovely. I kept this little bag for myself because I absolutely love it. Couldn't resist. So I wanted to tell you about the Regency Edit. So Christopher and I thought we kind of have to love what we are doing colours for and what we're making. It's part of kind of our promise to ourselves that we would always love it. And Jane Austen, the whole Regency period, Jane Austen, Wordsworth, Turner, you could go on. That whole period I absolutely love. And the first 2 boxes that was done, we just thought, why not do a Regency Edit? Again, something that we both absolutely love. I love the colours, I love the fashion, the whole thing. And the first 2 Regency boxes that we put out were the Quiet Moments box, which was, actually I've got that over here too, bear with, which was to make this little needle book. That was our first one, which you loved. And then we had our Ballroom Silks, which again you loved. That has sold out, but I have got some more of the fabric actually to make some more little box pouches, because I know that you, maybe a few more silks, because I know you love those colours. And we now have one in the shop which is called Sewing in the Parlour. And it's this image of heads bent, and heads bent over their sewing that they would do of a morning to occupy their minds, but also to keep themselves, I don't know, it was a pastime that they would have. I mean, it was expected of ladies that they would sew and read and be terribly accomplished, but also it was a lovely time for ladies to get together and have that time together and talk about things that were happening. And that's way too big to put in here, Sherry, that's not going in. Sorry, got distracted. So Sewing in the Parlour is in the shop now, and that is to make a little needle book. That you will have what's in there to make one of these little needle books. This is the little one that I made, so you'll get some vintage fabric to make that. But and that's in the shop now. I'm very excited to say, because all of our Christmas products have now completely sold out. I get a lot of emails every week from people asking, have your Advent started going on sale yet? Have your Christmas boxes started going on sale yet? Because quite rightly, you know, now is the time when you might start thinking ahead to something like that. You might think, oh, it's about time I started to think about Christmas. The Liberty Advent, I've just had something through about that actually. So it's a quite reasonable time to expect things like that to go up. Because we are a small business and because they take such a long time, our Advents went on sale a long time ago and sold out. And all of our Christmas Eve boxes, Selvage Chronicles boxes, they've all gone. But what we're going to do, because the Regency Edit is also very popular, what we think we're going to do is put together a Regency Edit Christmas Eve box, which will be, if you love your stitching and your knitting, it's going to be a box very similar to the Quiet Moments box in its composition. So if you love your knitting and you love stitching and you would like something to do in the betwixtmas, you know, the time between Christmas and New Year, and obviously into the New Year, then our Regency box will be on sale this Friday. We're super excited about it, and yeah, we hope you're going to love it. And if you are looking for a Christmas product and that interests you, that kind of period interests you, then that's in the shop now. And the colours of the box are going to be The box will obviously be a surprise for you, but the colours are going to be deep aubergines and deep reds, dark greys with touches of ochre, olive and teal greens. So it's going to be that kind, it's a lovely rich palette of, like I say, aubergines, reds, greys. There's going to be neutral in there as well to lift it. And it's going to be scrumptious. And that is in the sale that is in the shop this Friday. There are a limited number of them because we have got, in total, I think it's 7 Christmas boxes now that we are in the process of putting all together. So that will be ready to go to be with you for your Christmas Eve opening. So that is our Regency Edit Christmas Eve box. So that's what I've been up to on the last couple of weeks, and I've got my little plans. These are my bundles. These are the bundles that I will take with me when I go away, and a needle book, and I will have a little box pouch with threads, and these are the threads that I've got for my sherry. I do apologise for this mess. These are the threads that I've got for my echinacea flower that I showed you earlier. And I will take my threads, pin cushions, and my little bundles of fabric, and that will keep me very happy and quiet for the weekend. And that's how easy it is actually to just take it with you when they're in those bundles. Christopher has been doing some lovely painting, oil painting, which I'll just pop a little footage or a photo in here. And yes, just a really lovely creative time. And yeah, it has been a time of waiting. We have been waiting and waiting for our little grandchild, and now she's here, and yeah, it's been a good week. So wishing you a lovely weekend. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed the video, I'd be very grateful if you could like and subscribe, because it all helps the algorithm and gets the video noticed more, and spreads the stitching knitting word. So anyway, wishing you a lovely weekend, and see you again next week.